Good morning, my loves. Today is day one of completely rebranding my business. Someone trademarked my birth name, and so now I am no longer allowed to use my birth name as my business name because they filed for a cease and desist against me. Perfect. So I am going to use my YouTube channel to take you guys on the journey with me. I created this channel as more of an education platform for not only photographers but just creatives that are small business owners and want to learn how to start, grow and market their business. Incredible timing as well, because I actually had one of my subscribers asked me this question in one of my first videos. She also has a photography business and wanted to know how to market herself. So I am going to take you guys on the journey. I obviously will need your help. I would like you to ask all your questions in the comments because I will cover as much as I can think of that I think you guys will want to know. But all your comments are so helpful because it sort of helps me know what you want to know, rather than me just blurting out information. So ask me all your questions in the comments. Today, I'm gonna take you along the day one process, branding side of the new business. So I have picked my name. I am not going to release that yet because Gal has learned her lesson and we are going through a trademark process of trademarking my new name. So no one can do this to me again. So I will not be releasing the name just yet, but I have got my marketing gal that is going to help me with the branding. So the logo, the fonts, the colors, etc. So I'm just on my morning walk. I'm gonna be home soon and I will show you my Pinterest board that I have put together for her, so she understands the vibe. So I've just gotten home. She might be a difficult day to film. I mean, they've got a job to do, so it is what it is. But yesterday they took breaks. So when they take their next break, we'll go through the Pinterest board. Boys are on smoko, so I'm going to quickly run you through my Pinterest board before they start again. So here is the Rebrand Pinterest board. Now, hang on, am I in the right thing? Let me just double check. Go down. This is my Pinterest account, everyone. If you ever want ideas for your photo shoots or your wedding, coastal branding, I've got heaps of stuff in here. Let's go down. Here we go. Rebrand. So yes, perfect. This is the board. So obviously we are going for something that's super coastal but like a luxury brand. So I guess in here I also wanted to keep this super brief. I think I've only got 34 pins in there. I have made the mistake before with rebrands with pinning way too much. So then it just sort of becomes a bit confusing and you get lost in your messaging and exactly what you want the brand to look like. So very coastal, very luxury, a few different color palettes that I'm playing around with here. I'm just sort of going to let Shanice sort of take the reins in terms of what she thinks suits my brand the best. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Very brief, very straight to the point with colors and the vibe. That is the branding Pinterest board. So I have sent that off to Shanice. She said that's literally all she needs to start mocking up some ideas to send through to me, which I've told her to take her time, but she is planning to send that through to me in within the week, which is amazing. So as soon as I get some mock-ups back, what I'll do is I'll probably share with you the ones that I'm not going to use. Obviously, Gal is very nervous about people copying after all the shit I've just been through. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a gallery that is due. I'm going to finish that gallery. I've got emails to get to. Just because we've got to rebrand a whole business doesn't mean the business just stops. I've got inquiries, I've got galleries, I've got 2 weddings this week, one tomorrow, one Friday. So today is my get organized day. If anything else pops up to do with the rebrand, I will document it. So I'm not sure if I end the video here or not. Because what if I chat to you again? But then what if I don't chat to you again? Maybe we'll just go about my day. And then I will get back to you towards the end of the day. And if any updates have happened, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll just talk shit to you. But like I said at the start of the video, as I'm sort of doing this, please ask your questions, because the more questions I get, the easier it is for me to just ramble information, because I guess everyone has different questions. Everyone's at different stages of their business. So, and I want to help you all no matter what stage you're in. So if you are like fresh branding your business, ask questions. If you are about to do a rebrand, ask questions. If you are considering a rebrand, ask questions. This is the 3rd time I've done this. So hopefully 3rd time lucky, and being the 3rd time, I've been through it all before. I know what's involved, which is also why my brain's hurting, because I know how much work I'm about to have to go through. But let me tell you, it is so worth it, because when you get the finished product and you start attracting your dream client, which is what happened with my last rebrand, oh my God, all the money, all the time, all the tears, happy and sad, are all worth it. So please ask me your questions and I will make sure that I address it in the next video. But I will chat to you later and update you if there's any updates. I thought while I'm cooking my breakfast, I would chat about the marketing side of what I plan to do with the rebrand, considering I did have someone ask this exact question. So, and I responded promising that I would cover it in a video. I guess this can apply whether you are just starting your business, if you're rebranding, if you're just wanting like more clients. But basically one thing I am going to do is I am going to be reaching out to people on Instagram that I feel are going to be very aligned with the new branding. It's going to have, like I've showed you on the Pinterest board, a very coastal luxury look. So I will be reaching out to brands, businesses, certain influencers that live on the Gold Coast, and I'm going to offer them free photos. Now, not everyone is wild about shooting for free, but can I just tell you that when I started my business, or more so when I moved to the Gold Coast and had to start my business from scratch, I worked for free for probably 2 years. But yes, it might seem, I guess, like a bit of a slog to work for free, but it is literally the number one thing marketing wise that got my business from a hobby to not only full-time, but I now earn over 6 figures in my business. And that was literally what got me to a place that I could quit my part-time job that I had when I moved here. So for example, if you're wanting to get into wedding photography, which is mainly what I do, this is exactly what I did. I jumped onto wedding Facebook groups and I would post in there once a week, every single week, that I was giving away, toast is ready, I was giving away free engagement sessions. I probably booked maybe 20 free engagement sessions, and of those, I reckon I booked over half of their weddings. And that was literally all I needed to be able to quit my job and go full time. So that can literally, I've really messed these things up. I'd show you, but then I'm gonna drop my phone. You can apply that to any photography niche, by the way. If you wanna get into food photography, I would go to all the cafes or restaurants that you feel are aligned with you and your brand, and I guess your dream clientele, and I would just go take a friend, make it a fun little date night, and capture the food and the wine and the vibe of the restaurant, and then send them the photos. You have no idea how much, one, they're going to appreciate that content that they didn't have to pay for, but then they could love your work so much and ask you to come back to do it again. So that is my number one marketing tip. May not have been what you wanted to hear, but I'm just telling you the truth that working for free is what got my business to where it is today. And now that I'm rebranding, because I know that it works so well at the start, that is what I'm choosing to do again. Yes, I will have other forms of marketing with the rebrand, but I have already started reaching out to people, offering them free shoots, and I don't even care what it is. Like, I don't care if it's an engaged couple. I don't care if it's a family. I don't care if it's newborn, branding, whatever. If they are aligned with the client that I want to attract, I am offering them a free shoot. I don't really have time to do the free shoots, but I know the mission that I'm on with this rebrand and making sure my business does not get impacted by this. So gal's got to do what a gal's got to do. Anyway, it's brekkie time. Okay, Shanice, who is my marketing magician, has just messaged me saying she already has 2 concepts ready to go. Honestly, how she works at this speed is beyond me, but also amazing. I am just looking at my frizzies in this video. Wild scenes going on up there. Anyway, I thought that I would film this. I'm not going to show you, just in case I do go ahead with one of these concepts, because I kind of want the launch of the rebrand to be a surprise, but I thought I would just film my reaction because I feel like she's nailed it already. She's written logo concepts, so she's just done the logo at this stage. So I might even link her account at the bottom of this video, because if any of you are starting your business or you're wanting to rebrand, I literally spoke to her yesterday and I said, the rebrand's going ahead. Here's the name, here's the Pinterest board, and 24 hours later, she's given me concepts. Amazing. I am loving this. Yes, 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 yes. This looks so good, so good. Okay, so she's actually put two different color palettes. Different logos. I think I like the second one better, but with the first colors. Oh my god. As like stressed as I am, because I know how much work it is to rebrand a business, like this makes me so excited. Just feel like it's my alter ego packaged into a little brand. Okay, I love this. All right, so I am going to get back to her now and give her my feedback. And yeah, hopefully we've got something by like next week, because this is another thing as well, like how I mentioned before, that if you put too many pins on your Pinterest board, you kind of get a little bit lost with your messaging, and there's too many options, and then you just get confused. You're like, okay, I don't even know what I want anymore. So I'm just going to be very, very direct and precise in the feedback that I give her now, so that then like, hopefully the next concept is perfect. The more that you keep going back and forth, I think you just get a little bit like, okay, now I've got too many options. You know, when you go buy a new perfume and you spray way too many smells and you're like, I don't even know what I'm smelling anymore. That is literally how I feel about branding. When there's too many options in front of you, you're just like, oh, I don't know where to look. So I'm already happy with what she's sent. I just want to refine a few things, and then I think we've got a brand. Wild. I just got home from the butcher and I was going to go inside to wrap up the video, but I can hear that the digger is running wild out the back there. Was going to cover a few more things marketing wise, and the sort of next steps, but I really would love to know if you have any questions just based off what I have said so far, because the more value that I can give you guys, the better. So instead of me just rambling, I would much rather give you answers to questions that you guys actually have. So I'm going to leave it there. Please leave all your questions in the comments and I will respond to them in the next video. Happy Wednesday, darlings. Speak to you soon.